Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
I used to have to go in to the auto parts store. Pay too much, never find quite what I'm looking for. Now I just go online, rock auto and see all the parts my car will ever need. Lower prices, more parts, more brands. It's so easy to find the right parts fast. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock auto, all the parts your... I used to have to go in.
Hello and welcome all to the ISCA. We're tonight. We're the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we got 14 drivers here with one goal, and that's to win this thing. So get ready for some high-speed excitement. Drivers, get ready to start your engines, and boy, hang on and buckle up. I'm your host, Big Al. We joined here a little bit later on by James Watson in the booth. And we promise that we're going to bring you the spectacle that is racing here at the Rock Auto 250. Man, so get ready.
Yes, sir. Cannot wait for this one.
Yeah, indeed, James. Here, looking at this track configuration here, 2.51 miles. Stages are going to be at 21, 36, and 100. They got 5 sets of tires, 4 over the wall. Fuel range about 65 laps with a 83-degree air temp, track tip up to 112. That's a little warm right there. And the wind's out of the southeast at 8 miles an hour. Going to be tucked in here. Looks like warm-up is almost coming to an end. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and take a look at our points here. Our points standing. Vincent Crowe moves atop of the leaderboard. Sean Signori in second. Kenny Powell third. Bacon Zelenka is going to be rolling in fourth. Randy Drumhiller in fifth. Mark Sanchez in sixth. Greg Wachinski seventh. Jose Medina in eighth. Jay Haney in ninth, and Jimmy Clapper Newell rounds out the top 10 in the point standings. Most of those drivers here tonight going to definitely have to be putting in work because you're going to have to make money through the first 3 stages if you want to get paid. Because that's right, only the top 10 points paying positions, only the top 10 in each one of those stages is going to pay dividends. And with 14 cars, that's definitely going to make it a little bit tighter. So keys to the race right here: always manage your tires. And that's right. That's one big thing here, especially with the track tip being elevated to what it is. Drivers are going to have to be cognizant because this is it's a tricky kind of oval. So they're going to have to basically always manage the tires. Next, find the balance. Is what we were talking about, where you literally kind of just want to run this track that you're not having a lift in the corners and you just kind of rolling it around. That's the balance that we're looking for. It's like a ring. And last but not least, watch out for the dirty air. And you'll see drivers, they're going to be doing everything to try to keep that air correct off of the nose of the cars. It's going to be exciting to see. And those are the keys to the race. Qualifying underway now. Our drivers will be taken to the field and getting 2 laps for qualifying. That's a car you might not be used to seeing. That's the 21 car, Patrick Gitter, back here tonight making a special appearance. Patrick just literally fell off the leaderboard. If he had been here last week, I think he might have saw his name. Let's see what kind of laps he's going to be putting out. Guess we go ahead and go over our picks to win this thing. Oh.
Yes, sir. I believe Kobe picked Vincent Crowe to win this race. I think I picked Kenny Powell to maybe bring this one home.
So we'll put you in Jolo's spot there. And why are you picking Kenny?
I don't know. I mean, Kenny's been around the block a long time. He knows these cars. He knows what to do and how to do it. So I think he might be able to pull this one off.
Okay. So got to finish. So we'll be rooting for your guy deep down inside. Kobe, who you got and why?
Go with Bacon this week. Keep flogging the dead horse. I'm sure he'll get home one day or the next.
All right. I like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick Carl Dodson since Carl's back here. I'm going to be hoping that he can throw down and get it done for us. So those are our picks here tonight. Tell us who you choose. Put it in the chat. Let us know. Don't forget, between us 3, somebody's going to get a warm meat tray. I mean, we can't even call it a platter anymore. It's just really a tray now. You know, it used to be this big, but now it's just a tray with warm, stale, rotten meat. But anyway, more about that later. Qualifying time starting to come in now. Carl Dodson to be up on top of the board, first one over. But they're going to start to come in here. We're going to be populating this board pretty quick. Let's see, we got the 91 is on the track, the 48, the 19, the 45, the 21 of Patrick Gitter. Still watching the board intently. Sean Signori actually putting up the fastest lap time thus far. Go Shawnee. Mark Sanchez also put up a very respectable 52.7 or 52.877. Bacon, he's across. Now he's going to pick up that 3rd spot. As we're seeing a lot of drivers now get those outlets done. Excited to be here. Can't wait to get this thing kicked off. Sanchez, I do believe, was possibly done. Mark Sanchez. I don't know if his car's parked. Okay, now. Riding alone, that was Kenny Powell. Kenny steps up, put on piss lap times. Who's going to get it done? Matt DeCiani connected. What kind of party's going on over here tonight?
Yeah, wow, a lot of names coming back.
Guess the party's going on over here tonight. Patrick's in, fastest lap time. I think that's going to be fast enough to stick. 52, almost flat with a 0.03. Hey, look, qualifying's over. We're going to take a step away, get our national anthem, and we'll be back with the coverage of tonight's race.
Race fans, it is time for those most famous words in motorsports. Driver, start your engine!
And we are getting ready for the gridding in tonight's roll calls. We're going to run through the lineup really quick here. Looks like on the pole, fast enough to stand up, Patrick Gitter. Outside pole is going to be Carl Dodson in the 91 car. P3 is going to be Mark Sanchez. He's going to have Bacon Zelenka on his outside. Fifth place is going to be Sean Signor. He's going to have Jay Haney on his outside. Going into seventh, we'll have Randy Drumhiller. He's going to have Jose Medina on his outside. Kenny Powell starts off in ninth with Vincent Crowe rounding out the top 10. Paul Olsen. Oh, good.
And then we have in P11 Chris Johnson and Paul Olsen in 12th. Row 7 features Derek Jacobs and David Gervais. And that's your starting grid for tonight's race.
Definitely excited to see lots of cars coming in here tonight, man. It's almost like a little mini reunion, if you will. Let's see who all came home. All these birds came there. Chris D. Johnson is in there. Derek Jacobs. Carl Dodson. Well, and Patrick Gitter. Those are the ones. Slowly getting them lined up. Just waiting on a couple more cars to grid. You know, this is something that we hadn't been doing. Like, we have not ran the Indy Oval in, like, I think 3 years. We've actually been running the Indy road course. So good to be back to just turning left again. What do you think?
Yeah, it's always a great opportunity to run the oval, especially over the road course. I have never liked Indy Road Course. It is the only track on the surface that actively makes me on the verge of falling asleep. It's just so boring, I just never have a good time driving it. So always happy to be back on the beautiful and the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
But dang, James, that's a little rough right there, my man.
I mean, hey, I'm not the only person that has that opinion. I know a lot of people didn't have good opinions of the track when that curb was ripping splitters off and yeeting people into the guardrail that one race a few years ago.
And you know that was very controversial because on one hand I thought that was totally on NASCAR and Indy. You know, if I come to race and the racetrack tears my car up, that's a crap show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many factors. You got points on the line plus the money. I don't know. Didn't smell good. How about that?
Yeah, plus, you know, the bulk of the races weren't the best, although Michael McDowell's performance in his win a couple years ago was absolutely incredible. He was just dominant that race, and it was cool to see, especially since we knew that McDowell had always been such a great road course racer. For him to finally get that road course win he was searching for, it was just so cool.
Especially with a not top sponsor, you know what I mean? Those guys were practically running. He was racing for a home team.
Exactly.
So those wins mean a lot more when you're a single team like that.
Absolutely. But as a Chase Briscoe fan, we will not talk about the 21 race.
Okay. But you gotta tell us what that means.
I'd rather not.
All right. Lights off on the pace car. Getting ready to get these bad boys lined up, and we're gonna bring you solid racing all the way through stage one. Barn, there's no cautions.
Yeah, we'll see. Indy tends to be, you either get a whole lot of cautions and incidents, or it's green flag throughout the entirety of it, with the exception of stages. You know, there's never really been in between.
Right. Pace car's going to be getting up and out of the way here once they come around turn 4. But then we're waiting on that long run to the start-finish line. And we're back at the Brickyard, baby.
Yes, sir.
Lining them up. Get her. Got a little bit of a nose. And green flag's out, and we are underway.
I already got one car jumping out of line.
Yeah, that's Paul Olsen. He's just trying to get back, get him a little breathing room. Paul needs a solid finish here, so I kind of admire what he's doing as we're watching this thing. Get her. Gone. Out to a very, very decisive lead.
See, we're almost 3 wide here.
That's that air we were talking about.
Yeah, Sanchez did not get a good run off of turn 2, and you saw what happened if you mess up corner exit. Exit of 2 and exit of 4 are the most important spots on this racetrack, because if you mess it up, if you cost yourself momentum, you are getting freight trained. You are losing a couple of positions, and with how hard passing is going to be tonight, that is a nightmare.
Yeah, indeed, Sanchez, like you said, just not quite hooking up, man, and falling all the way back a lot of spots. I mean, Mark's back now is thrown in 6th place. As everybody now is kind of starting to maybe getting a single foul a little bit. I think this is going to be our posing posse here for a while. Or our posse pose.
Yeah, we're already starting to see a few groups. Sanchez has got to hurry up. He's on the verge of losing the draft. And with the way these cars are, all the drag on this next-gen car, if you lose the draft, you're probably not going to get it back unless something significant happens to the cars ahead.
Yeah, man, everything going well right now. Everybody seems to be spaced out. Let me take a look at that track temp one more again. Yeah, it's going to be a little warm.
You know, you say that, but when you've spent as much time as I have with really high-end, try-hard IndyCar leagues, anything under like 125 degrees here, you might as well be grabbing the Christmas presents and celebrating winter, because that is cold compared to everything I'm used to. Oh, big sideways!
Contact. 2 cars right there making contact with the wall. One of those is going to be the 19 of Jay Haney.
Yeah, Haney was dirt tracking. Sir, the IMS dirt track is at the other end of the speedway.
Yeah, that'll be the save of the stage. Yeah, good on them, because otherwise we could have been telling a different story. Just 5 laps in right here. 5 laps of 21 in the first stage. Watching the fastest car on the track that last lap. It's going to be Patrick Gitter with a 5.2.587. He also has the fastest overall lap time. And I guess if you looked at his track position, it's indicative of that. Man seems to be on his own planet.
Yeah, Gitter is getting it done. I'll be here all week. Yeah, 2 seconds. That is massive.
Yeah, Gitter is a past ISCA champion multiple times. So definitely good to see him back down there. Kind of reminds us of older days. Days long ago.
Here comes Crow running down Medina. This is the closest we've seen any car in some time. Whoa! Medina getting a little sideways off of 3. Oh, Vincent's keeping it low. He's going to have a great run. There he is inside of Medina. He's got the side draft going. And doesn't look like Medina is going to put up much of a fight. Vincent Crow into P4.
Go, Vincent, go. Vincent moving up actually pretty quick. He started this thing at 10th. Now he's all the way up into the top 5. I mean, technically, that's going to make him our biggest mover of the night thus far. I was just watching Sanchez. Really got himself in a little bit of a pickle there. So that's definitely going to be something that team's not going to want to duplicate, say, the next stage, right?
Yeah. I tell you, like you said, Crow has been... Oh, Medina got super close to the wall, exit of 1. He's sure pushing it on the... coming onto these short shoots. We see Sanchez start run him back down. Slinka with him as well.
Watching Sanchez, man, he just seems to be off the pace a little bit. Now that Bacon's back there, I think we'll actually get a good look. Because I've been watching Sanchez, and it just doesn't seem like his car is it's not right. It seems like something is terribly off right there in that 29 car. Yeah, that last lap time right there, 53.753. Then there's some, there's some 54s in the far back. But yeah, he was completely off the pace right there between those last 2 laps. Let's see. It just seemed like he was having a hard time kind of keeping it straight.
Yeah, it seems to be looking pretty smooth for him right now. Like, there isn't a whole lot of wheel input, not a whole lot of erratic input, just kind of smoothly turning into the corner. And that's what you need. You know, this track rewards smooth way more than any other oval you'll find. Oh no, we got a car around!
Ooh, that's going to be the 91, son.
Wow, that is massive.
That's Carl Dodson. That's the guy I picked to win this thing.
Yeah, that's one of the last people you expect to have an issue.
Got a peach. Hey, look, let's step back. Looks like it was. He comes right around that curve right there. She steps out on him. Man, when she snaps out, he tries to.
Whoa! No! Oh my God! What avoidance from Sean Signore! Oh my goodness!
Hey, I'm gonna throw a shout out there to the 91 because that could have been a lot worse. Looks like he did not make much contact with the wall at all. Now, this is going to be interesting, though, because now this is 11 laps into this stint. I mean, this is almost, by the time they're back out, this is halfway stage 1. Are you pitting? Are you taking tires? How we looking on tires?
Honestly, I'd be taking fuel and tires if possible. Well,
okay. We'll see how many people pull a page out of your playbook.
Yeah, this place just is not the nicest when it comes to tires. Now, you don't have a whole heck of a lot of tires to work with, so, you know, you are putting yourself at a big of a risk.
We'll see who's handling well and who's not so well right here. Does track position matter, or does it really matter about coming down and actually getting tires and maybe some gas? Because that'll put you in a different fuel category all together.
Oh, track position matters. There's one place where track position matters, and
got a lot of faking going on. Oh, Sanchez. Yep. I kind of figured Sanchez was coming down. I was interested to see that. Yeah.
And Vincent Crow, the highest of those coming down. We saw him make up a lot of track position, so if anyone can do it, it's him, as he's shown so far.
Look, don't ever count Vincent out, man. That's all I'm saying. He is the king of strategy, so undoubtedly he made this decision. I don't think he was faked out. You did see a lot of drivers actually, straddling the fence, but those guys really taking a long time down on pit road. Well, not bad. 14.5 seconds. Paul Ocean at 6.8 seconds. That had to be fuel only. Kenny Powell 9.3 seconds. Maybe that's right sides and fuel.
I don't
Jerry-
know. Stop that short. Just sounds like fuel only to me.
What, the 9.3?
Oh, I thought you said 3.9.
No, oh gosh. No.
I'm not dyslexic, I swear.
No, it's just, numbers. You can get them in the wrong place. That don't matter. Decimal points. Just move that over there. Yeah, so, 4 tires for Mark Vincent Crow. 4 tires for Derek Jacobs and Carl Dodson. Right sides for Kenny and fuel only for Olsen. That looks like what we did there. So we'll see how that plays out. But Paul wasn't really fighting for position off of pit road, so coming back down pit road again. Must have had a loose lug nut.
Nah, he's just playing the strategy game. He's gonna top off himself and try to help him stretch it as long as possible.
All right. Well, either way, we'll be watching. Lights off on pace car. We're doubled up, getting ready to take this thing back to Green Flag Racing. If you're just joining us, you are here smack dab in the middle of stage 1. I'm your host, Big Al, joined by James Watson Jolo. Took the night off. Kobe's down in the truck doing what he does best. And, man, we're just trying to keep up with the play-by-plays and the turn-by-turns.
Yes, sir. Now we're going to be keeping an eye on Crow and seeing what those fresh tires can do.
Yeah, definitely. Going to be watching Vincent as well as Mark Sanchez and Carl Dotson, because they're both kind of back a little bit. And now they're officially on a different pit strategy than the others.
And as this track has shown many a times, tires are something you absolutely have to worry about. Glares at the 2008 Brickyard 400.
Especially now that we've got that new tire model in place, but we'll see how it all plays out. Pace car is getting ready to get up out of the way, taking that agonizing trip to that Geico restart zone. The 21 car tucked in, Sean Segdoy right beside him, coming to the line. Green flag's out. Look at the 21 car wasting no time.
Yeah, not a great jump from Signore. It looks like he kind of spun the tires a little bit. So you see Medina trying to look to the inside. Sean will clear and close the door. Now Medina going to be side by side with Zelenka. Oh, Bacon super high. But he'll hold it. He's going to have the momentum. Next to Medina. Crow gonna send it 3 wide into 3.
I was wanting to see how you was gonna call that horse race.
Oh man, he's got them tires and he's putting them to use. Ooh. Oh,
Right to the outside. I mean, almost unimpeded. But right now you'll see he has moved all the way up, sitting firmly in 3rd spot right now. Vincent Crow. Will he have enough time to reel in the leader? That's the question. 10 laps to go here in this stage.
I think he will. 10 laps is a long time here at Indianapolis. Oh, big moment for Medina off of turn 1.
Yep, Mark
Ooh.
Sanchez back up into 6th place. We're watching him.
Yeah, Vincent struggled off of the exit of 2. He lost a lot of momentum, and there goes Bacon back past.
Yeah, like you said, like I said, you got to find a balance, man. If you don't, losing any momentum here is just it's a snake bite.
And it's a gut punch because it takes a while to make these passes. Now, obviously, we saw it didn't take Vincent much time to make that pass initially, but as a rule, passes here at Indianapolis, for the most part, you have to set them up, and you just have to go closer and closer, incrementally gain on them every corner. And so when you give up a position, it hurts because you know how long it took you to make that pass. And you don't know if you're going to be able to have that opportunity to make that pass again.
Yeah, understood. Yeah. Well said.
Now, Vincent is able to get back by the 45, but now he's about 2.8 seconds off of the race lead. And just haven't seen a lot lap time-wise to think that he'll be able to run down Gitter and get by him by the end of the stage.
Yeah, indeed. But that is definitely where his sights are set. Because if not, if he can't catch Gitter, then he did it all for naught. Yeah, 17 laps here. Coming up towards 5 in the stage. Gitter, though, that's been the story. That's been the headline. Still out to just under 2 seconds on second place, Sean Signore. And looks like he's probably gaining a little bit on the 47.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think that's going to be the official call. Well, he kind of reeled him in a little bit. We'll watch.
A little bit. See, Sanchez getting by Medina. Jose making a bit of a business decision. Letting the 29 by.
You know, Mark's got fresh tires, and you got to keep that in consideration here. Kind of fell back there once he made a little bit of a misstep. That actually created a deficit for those guys. So put them on a different pit strategy. You know, they went back, got 4 freshies. Now they're back up to 5th place. Probably trying to at least get his third place spot back.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why Medina likely made the business decision, because all of us experienced drivers know if you're battling someone that has a tire advantage over you, unless it's like under 10 laps to go or something, it just makes no sense to fight them, because you know they're going to be quicker than you in that moment. You're not likely going to hold them off. So if you fight, you're just going to cost both cars time, and you're going to make your own tires even worse. So it just makes sense to just let them go and then try to get them back later in the race, especially since we're just barely a fifth of the way through this race right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up the stage.
When you guys were creating your sets this week on this track, because obviously you hadn't had to do it, and those tire models have changed, the cars changed tremendously since the last time we were actually racing them on this oval. What was your biggest challenge this week?
Well, you know, I will be honest and say when it comes to the stock car side of the organization, I don't have a whole lot of input, setup, and feedback-wise, because I don't know what I'm doing in these cars, and yeah, I'm not going to be helping anybody if I'm turning laps, because I am cheeks. So for that, I just let the ones that know what they're doing focus in, while I focus on helping out with the open wheel sets that I'm personally involved with. And yeah, that's where our success comes from.
Big battle there on the racetrack right now. The battle is for 10th place with David Gervais coming inside Kenny Powell. This is going to be that battle for the transfer spot. Remember what we said, only the top 10 points pay, and Kenny Powell has not been in the top 10 in a long time. Those guys, they got quite a few DNFs, so he's definitely looking for at any points he can get. That crew needs right now.
Oh, and there it is.
That's premature. Oh, sorry, it's 21. My bad. Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
And let's see, it looks like Gervais was able to get Powell at the line for that last stage point. Just barely.
So there you can see it. Patrick Gitter, your stage 1 winner. Sean Signori second. Visicro third. Bacon Zelenka fourth. Fifth place, Mark Sanchez. Jose Medina in sixth. Randy Drumhiller seventh. Carl Dodson eighth. Ninth, Jay Haney and David Gervais. Rounds out the top 10. Hey, let's take a step away and get a word from our sponsors here, and we'll be back to see what we're going to get into.
I used to have to go in to the auto parts store. Pay too much, never find quite what I'm looking for. Now I just go online, rock auto and see all the parts my car will ever need. Lower prices, more parts, more brands. It's so easy to find the right parts fast. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock auto, all the parts I used to have to go.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back, bringing you our coverage here of the Rock Auto 250. Can I say that? 250. The Rock Auto 250. 250. Man.
Better than 350.
Yep. The story tonight, though, man, I guess it's just been, Patrick Gitter. Gitter's out here, he's back, making things happen. It's exciting to see. I don't see him down amongst the fellows, which is fine.
Yeah, it looks like he's come out behind Crow. I think, is that Dobson in the red car? Yeah, so it looks like he's come out about fourth.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely fourth. Now he's going to get back up there and he's going to have to watch the restart from that second row. And I don't think he's going to like that view. I mean, he's been having some awesome restarts. Now he's going to actually be behind Crow. No, he'll be behind Dodson.
Yeah. Yeah, as I'm listening to the radio chatter and Vincent quoting memes as always, but yeah, you see where pitting really benefited everyone was the fact that Vincent and them was able to take fuel on that stop. So because of that, this last stop at the end of the stage, they had to take less fuel, quicker stop, which is why Gitter finds himself back in P4.
Yeah, absolutely. Gitter actually had the fastest of everybody around him. Tied closely with Randy Drumhiller. Both of those guys had 14 sixes. Mark Sanchez, 14.1. So is this tonight's race kind of meeting your expectations?
Honestly, a little better. I've seen some rough races around the speedway, so so far it's actually been a pretty good race. We've seen, even with the aero wash, we've seen just enough battles to keep us entertained and able to keep the show going.
All right, headed back to the line. Pace cars will be getting up and out of the way, and here we go. Dialed in for the restart. Vincent Crow going to be taking us through the gears here. So he has the driver's choice. And he is off. Awesome restart for Gitter on the outside. Caught Dodson sleeping. And that's just got to be frustrating for the 21 of Patrick Gitter because he was pushing the 91 down the line. Like, go.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the inside line got a massive jump with Crow and Signore. And key for Gitter, he was able to get to the inside of Dobson. And now he's got a good run on the 7. And there he is. He's sending it, and he backs out. Signore will hold on to P2 for now. Whoa.
Yeah, but he's
Patrick
there and
got
he's
super close to the wall. Sorry, Big L.
No, you're good. I was just going to say he's going to be there. Already picking up a bit of distance there amongst members of the field. Oh, contact. Yeah. Sean gets his elbows out there. Signore sending a signal. I think right there he was saying, yeah, get out the way. Probably not.
At least until he apologized to Patrick and said, yeah, sorry about that. You take it.
Yeah. I was just trying to hype it up a little bit.
Big Al always want to create the drama.
Oh, wow. Speaking of drama, look at the 88 of David Gervais. He is actually, right now, side by side, Mark Sanchez. Gervais actually moving up now. He's actually putting himself in pay dirt. Vincent Crowe still enjoying a slim lead, just over, 1.66 seconds of a lead there. I think it's the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, we'll see how good Gator's car is going to be trying to fight through that dirty air. He was able to get by Signore fairly straightforward, but it's a much different pass when you're trying to get by the leader who has all of that glorious clean air.
Yeah, but he's still 0.2 of a second faster per lap right now than your leader. And a lot of that can attest to, older tires versus dirty air.
Now, see, Big Al, this is me trying to hype up the drama.
Sorry.
Like, we have an idea considering the lap times, but hey, it might be a difficult pass. You never know.
I guess sometimes you just gotta wait until it's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Gervais now reeling in Drumhiller. And that will be an awesome payday for him if that crew actually were able to turn points in 2 stages. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, he's got carrying a lot of momentum from the stage. We saw him, that epic move on Powell to just pip him at the line for that final stage point. Now he's working on more. He's up to P8 right now.
Yeah, I know, and he's got Powell in his sights. These two G&G teammates.
Kenny's probably yelling in the voice chat, "Not again, go away." Whoa, Crow! Oh no! Vincent spinning into the wall! Oh no! Oh no! Kenny losing it, trying to avoid him! I don't know if Kenny survived that.
Man. If it weren't for bad luck, Kenny Powell, I think Kenny said he was unscathed. I don't think he hit anything.
Yeah, I think he's okay. Yeah, he killed them tires, but that's the only thing he killed.
I was going to say that will smoke a set of Goodyears. And you'll see him right there moving up to start his dive down. And right there, you can see her on the line. She steps out.
Yeah. And then, overcorrects.
Yes.
Man, Patrick.
Wow. That was almost a love tap. But it doesn't appear. It does not appear. Yeah, those tires are done. I don't think Vincent has too much damage, man. I think
it's gonna. Whoa, boy.
Had Kenny not taken that angle, he would have definitely come across his nose.
Yeah, Vincent did make a little bit of contact with the wall when he came back up. It's not much, but
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, but then again, it still might be worse. The damage on the next gen, it feels like you're playing the lottery. Like, I've had small hits absolutely kill my car. Other times, I T-boned a guy and only had like 20 seconds of optional repairs. So, how much favor the next gen damage gods have on Vincent on that, we'll see.
Well, congratulations, that is the stage. Rules are within 5 of the stage, so points will be awarded to Gitter, Signore, Dodson, Zelenka, Haney, Drumhiller, Gervais, Medina, Sanchez, and Olsen. Guess whose name we did not say yet again? Kenny Powell. Powell can't buy a stage point. Running in 7th place right then, and just came up that much short,
Yeah, like you said, if it wasn't for bad luck, you have no luck at all.
Let's take a step away and get a word from our sponsors. We'll be back trying to figure out exactly what we have in store for State Street. And we are back. Lights off on the pace car, doubled up, ready to get back to the action. Patrick Gitter up front, Sean Signori beside him, Randy Drumhill. But you know what these guys all have in common? I'm going to tell you. The top four cars, the top five cars have 10 laps on their tires.
Interesting. And also, unfortunately, Mark Sanchez has dropped his packets.
Mark Sanchez been body snatched.
So we are down to just 12 cars right now, depending on how soon Mark can get back in, if he can get back in.
Man, I'd hope that he'd be able to actually show back up here and just through attrition maybe battle up and at least try to get a decent finish. You just never know, man. These things, I don't think we're done wrecking just yet. I hate to say that, but I do believe Murphy's got one more up his sleeve. Been clean and green mostly, though. I mean, all the way up to the end of stage 2 before we had our first incident. So that speaks volumes. Pace car going to be getting down and away. Patrick Gitter back up front where he loves to be. We'll see right now as he leads the 7 into that restart zone. Sean Signori gets an opportunity to kind of get a better restart. Gitter's gone. It's a drag race. 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. Yep, he smoked him.
Yeah, a good restart from Signore, able to get back down to the inside and claim P2. Oh. That's getting close. Here comes
that's getting a little sporty.
Yeah, Vincent Crowe on the comeback trail here.
Behind Cole Dodson. These guys to the outside of Jay Haney and the 44 of Randy Drumhiller. Kenny Powell setting himself up for a run. Kenny narrowly avoiding danger there on that last caution.
Try to narrowly avoid the danger up here. Oh, speaking of danger, someone else is blinking too there in the back. I believe it's Derek Jacobs.
Ooh.
Oh, man, Dotson came super close to the wall.
Oh, the 88. Just David just kind of like bopped it just a little bit, and you can tell by the momentum that he did lose. He's gonna have to get back in it. He was actually doing a pretty good job of reeling in Drumheller. Drumheller gonna live to fight another day.
Yeah, and starting to gap him too. It's already a car length in gaining. See Pal behind the 19. Get racing. Oh, yeah, he sure got racing there. That's a big save from Kenny.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get back in now. Paula Osen. Right there, Derek Jacobs in the picture. Way to go, Derek.
Yeah, we mentioned him blinking a few minutes ago. So far, it seems to stabilize. It's the 19 looking to the inside of Gervais, but Gervais gonna shut the door. Just like that, the 88 is already back on the 44, trying to get this pass done.
Yeah, I think he needs to make this pass before he can move on to the next chapter. You know, and that is to try to run down that pack that's in front of him.
Ooh, I think Kenny might have got the wall on entry a little bit. Yeah, Gervais doing everything he can to try to get some air on that nose. Saw him. He's messing around, experimenting with that high entry. Oh! Oh no, and he's gonna overcorrect it! I think he kept it off of the wall. What a save!
He kept it going in the right direction. Track gods are smiling on that 88 right now.
What a save!
Looking like a little old DJ back there. Little Dale Jarrett action.
See, just gets loose. Next gen death wobble, shoots it back up. Ooh, he did get it.
He
Ooh,
did hit that wall.
Yeah, and
that's gonna cost you.
Yeah, it's some hefty contact right there, directly on the right front. That's not gonna help him.
She don't like a good right cross, you know.
Yep.
Or in that case, a left hook.
And he was working hard trying to get by. You saw him trying to experiment with those wide entries, trying to get some air on that nose so he can try to cross the wake and get a run off of the corner. But it looks like that when he was trying to chop down and cross through, just put a little too much throttle into it. And yeah, when the next gem bites, it bites hard.
Find the balance. It's one of those racing points, those keys to the race, you know, and manage your tires. This is what we're seeing right now. This is what we're watching because we have several different strategies in place right now. And the cool part is hopefully we'll get to see them play out as the 88 car makes its way down pit road. Gonna be getting a little TLC there. We'll see if he can get it done and not go a lap down. Does look a little worse there on that side. The right front. Yeah. I was looking up the skirt of the hood.
Yeah. That car just looks tweaked.
Speaking of
Dotson.
Dotson.
Yeah. Got the wall a little bit again.
sitting battling. I mean, he is battling it out right here with the 48 of Jose Medina. I don't know. I'm going to say this. I'm a little surprised that Jose's not higher up on the ladder. Not sure what's going on with those guys this week.
Yeah, Dotson too.
Well, Dotson's trying to get back up front. He had a series of missteps that have cost him track position and time. And I think that overall the 91, I mean, I think they're blessed to be still in this thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That 91 car has had a pretty eventful night so far, and we're not even halfway.
88 car going to go a lap down. He's going to be our first creature. Get her out there just getting it done. I mean, 1.7 second lead, not one of his bigger leads of the night. I think he's just at that point in the race where he is just kind of chilling.
Yeah, because this is a long run ahead of these drivers, so we're not gonna get another guaranteed caution here. So it's just trying to stretch everything as long as he can. Tires, fuel.
It all comes down. The 29 of Sanchez just spent a little bit of time down pit road. A 1.4 second stop. What do you reckon of that?
I believe that's him making his way back into the race after dropping his packets. It took him a few laps to gather him back up, but he's back out on the track.
Yeah, good capture.
Oh, Kenny, big sideways! Oh, pal, big sideways off of turn 2.
Right here. He definitely is slowing down as Olsen tremendously closed the gap between the 43 and the 24.
Yeah, Kenny had just gotten by Paul when the right rear kind of betrayed him a little bit. Now he's got to get by Olsen all over again.
Yeah, but definitely Kenny's already on bad ears now. These tires don't like it when they slide. And now I think we'll truly get to see what the tire wear is going to be like. So through the A Opens in Indiana S, has tire wear been an issue?
From what I've seen, yes and no. It seems like being able to just take 2 tires at some stops have been a lot more effective than you'd think. And like I've seen us kind of, even with all my talk of tire wear and Indianapolis chewing tires, when Vincent took the tires on the first caution, it didn't make as much hay as I think we would have thought. So that's a good look at tires maybe not being worth as much as I would have anticipated coming into this race, at least.
I think tires are going to have a huge impact here before too long. Because I'm looking, and if I do the math correctly, 47 and 23, it's about 100.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. In another 10 laps or so, tires are really going to mean something. Because, long run, regardless, these things are going to be absolutely chewed to death.
Well, look, as I'm looking at the board right now, I mean, the top 3 could actually make this thing on fuel. They have set themselves up so they could actually make it to the end of this thing on fuel.
Interesting.
Now, of course, at some point, they're going to have to save just a little bit. That would definitely be a concern. But my question is, though, are tires going to be that big of an issue? Because if you know you can make it on fuel, now are you thinking about tires? Oh, the 45 getting sideways. I think we're answering a lot of our own tire questions here.
Yeah, that was a little bit of friendly fire right there.
He just kind of got back there, took the nose, took the wind off. And Crow just, he lost it.
And once again, Dobson flirting with that wall.
I don't know. What are you thinking? Do you think they can make it? If you can make it on fuel, will you be able to make it on tires?
Well, it depends. I know they're gonna have to stop again at some point because when did stage 2, the caution for stage 2 happen? Lap 32 with Crow still getting sideways.
Yeah, lap 32. So they were able to cruise. I'm looking at how long they've been on their tires and how long they've been out on the track, and I'm saying, yeah, they can actually make it right now on fuel. Patrick Gitter, Sean Signori, Jose Medina, Randy Drumhiller. Yeah, those guys have a shot at it. Am I missing something?
Making it to the end of the race without having to stop again? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're not gonna go 70 laps on fuel at Indianapolis.
Well, the fuel window said 65. And usually when we get our fuel windows, they're always on the low side. Usually by like 5 laps.
So I am coming from this from more of a IndyCar thought process, but an IndyCar, even at like significant fuel save in traffic, you can only get about at most 40 laps with a ton of fuel save. And now obviously those are significantly different cars, different engines. They're revving a lot more, they're burning a lot more, but even still, that's being able to stretch an extra 30 laps off of that in a stock car, I don't think that's gonna be possible. Again, though, those who have watched many Inside Lane Productions races know I am usually pretty well off on my strategy calculations, but yeah, 70 laps seems a bit.
Well, I was specifically shooting my numbers at the 65 mark. At 65 laps on a tank of gas, these guys could make it the rest of the way without stopping. Just the leaders.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to that, you just gotta say, we'll see. And that's the fun part about fuel, when fuel mileage starts to creep into a race. I enjoy fuel mileage races because it's the biggest form of unpredictability in racing that you can get, especially for us broadcasters, because we never truly know. We think we have our reports on the fuel window, and our own math equations on it. But truthfully, we just don't know. Like, you have to, all you need to do is just go back and look real life. Pocono a month ago. Oh, everyone saying, oh, I don't think Briscoe's going to be able to stretch it, especially if he's leading. I don't think he's going to make it, and he somehow makes it and stretches the field all the way to bring home the race win. So us broadcasters, we never truly know, and we're finding out the results right there alongside everyone watching at home.
I mean, that's why they call them strategies. You got to give them a chance to develop. That's what I say. So here we go, Jay Haney and Randy Drumhiller. These guys are going to be battling for 7th and 8th place. It's a pretty good spot to be in right there, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, these two are having a great battle amongst themselves.
I mean, get her now. I mean, his lead's almost 4 seconds. So if he was saving, he is no longer saving. Signore's not saving. These guys are putting down 52s. Wow. So up front, look at this. The guys with the used tires are turning in 52.763, 52.733. The guys that are literally 6 places back are all in the 53s. So here these guys are with older tires, and they're turning the fastest laps.
Yeah, doesn't that just confuse the heck out of you? It also really shows you how much of an effect dirty air has on your tires, because yeah, they pitted a little earlier and got fresher tires, but you spend all that time in the dirty air, and the farther back you are in the field, the worse the aero wash gets. And so when you're dealing with all that and you're sliding your tires and also working them, trying to get by the cars that didn't pit, oftentimes it just kind of ends up equal, and sometimes you even end up worse off if you do pit for the fresher tires. And that really throws a wrench in, because now you really got to sit there and wonder, should I come in and take tires? Should I stay out? What's the right call?
Right now, I think they've made it. And I'm just watching this thing. Like I said, those guys that are up front, they're turning in some pretty fast lap times. Yeah, I mean, the top 5 all sub 53 second laps. Behind them, not.
As we see Crow start to reel in Signore just a little bit. So we see Crow flirt with the wall once again.
Yeah, but that's going to be a tall order as Signore's like turned in the fastest lap times for like the last 4 laps consecutively. So if there's any hope, he's definitely, there's a change. Get her that time with the fastest lap time. So he's not slowing down.
No, just he's just reminding us who's out front.
Man, this thing is definitely shaking up to be interesting.
That it is.
I don't think these guys are going to have to pit. Definitely not in conservation mode. Not anymore.
Yeah, I know everyone is pushing pretty much all they got at this point.
Yeah. I mean, 42 laps to go in this one. Which is still quite a ways, but we are over halfway.
Yeah, we're getting ready to be 100 miles left to go in this one.
There's Sanchez. He's coming down pit road, which is not sure what that's about because he literally, Mark only had 15 laps on that stint. So not sure what his issue is unless he's just still having connectivity issues.
Yeah, so far it's showing his connection is pretty stable. Ping isn't the greatest, but other than that, it's passable.
Well, he would have been the last car that I would have assumed that would come down pit road for green flag pit stops. Yep, there he goes. He's timed out. Oh, he's back.
Nope, he's back.
Okay, well.
Nope, and he's gone. And yep, he has. Looks like he's officially retired from the event.
Eric Jacobs also officially out of the event. So in order for Sanchez to have made any...
That was a wiggle from Signore.
Yeah, so in order for Sanchez to make any progression, he had to run 3 more laps to beat Derek.
Oh, Vincent getting loose again.
Vincent reeling in Sean. He has finally caught him. Seems to have the greatest challenges in passing the 7.
Mm-hmm. Catching them is one thing, passing them is a whole nother. Oof. Oh, yeesh.
Like he kind of wanted to mix that up just a little bit, but I don't think it worked out in his favor.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to make the move, cut back in line, but was real quick on the input, just kind of launched the car back up into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, definitely he's in the position that he wants to be in. Now passing the 7, that's going to be the struggle. Called Dotson pit road. Dotson still, he's one of the 29 lap guys. Not sure what this is about.
Yeah.
Well, he can't make it. Dotson cannot make it to the end. He is going to have to get fuel. So I think because he was not one of the guys who were on a different cycle.
Oh, get her in, Signore as well.
All right, so that answers that question. The leaders is hitting.
Yep.
Everybody.
Oh, Signore, a black flag. Oh, no. Oh, that's a killer.
Gonna hold you a while. Yep, depending on what he did, guys, we'll see exactly how long they hold him.
Yeah, if I had to guess, probably just a little too quick bringing her down. You see Vincent Crowe taking over the lead of the race.
Vincent, too, will actually have to stop.
As we see this battle continuing as if it has ever stopped on this run.
Yeah, the old boss versus the mentor versus the student.
It's a good thing they're teammates, otherwise they'd be sick of each other at this point.
They're just kind of hanging out. Actually, you know, they're in 4th and 5th places respectively.
You see Drumhiller pulling out of his box.
Jose Medina coming down with Jay Haney as well.
And
Before Powell.
Yeah, I think Olsen, yep, Kenny Powell bringing it in. Olsen staying out one more lap.
I think then we would still got a couple cars waiting on Vincent Crowe, Paul Olsen, and then I think we would have cycled through our series of green flag pit stops.
Medina down and away. Haney as well. And Powell as well.
All right, 34 laps to go. Let's get it.
Vincent having to deal with the 91, trying to get his lap back on those fresher tires. Whoa! Well, that's kind of answering our questions on how important tires are. Because, man, the difference in pace from the 91 to the 47.
Oh, yeah. They're off. Yeah, I'm wondering how long Vinny's going to stay out.
And we got our answer. He gave the signal. He's coming down this lap.
That'll probably mean Paul Olsen should be coming in also. But if Olsen stays out, he could pick up the 5 bonus points for leading. And it appears that's exactly what Olsen's doing. Wait, that was the 44.
Nope, you're right. He's staying out.
Yep, think he's going to go ahead and get those 5 bonus points.
Yes, sir.
A very strategic move.
He'll have to get that bonus point the next time by, as Vincent still scored the leader.
There he is. Paul Olsen on top of the leaderboard. Congratulations there, Grumpy. You made it happen.
And he's staying out again. So, officially, new leader Paul Olson. So we see Sean Signore behind him dealing with the aftermath of that speeding penalty.
Yeah, Signori definitely losing his lap. So whatever it was that he did, it cost him.
Oh, there's a very amusing conversation going on over radio. Everyone congratulating Paul on getting some laps led, to which Paul just replied, "Now if I can get some of you to wreck." And then Sean Signore replied, "Be the change you want to see in the world."
Okay. Yeah, Olsen definitely making it happen. Yeah. 7-second lap over Gitter. It's diminishing.
And now, what I'm curious and what I'm going to be looking at is, obviously Vincent staying out all those laps. He went with the overcut, and I've always talked about it because I've always seen it. Really seems like the overcut is really powerful on iRacing. And so I'm going to be watching and seeing, comparing the lap times between the 47 and the 21 and seeing if that might give Vincent just a bit of an advantage over Gitter with those couple lap, honestly more than a couple lap, I'd say probably 5 or 6 lap fresher tires over the 20.
5 laps fresher tires, and Vincent Crowe turned a 52.181 last lap to a 52.428 for Patrick Gitter.
Interesting. As Paulson finally brings her down pit road.
I mean, kudos to Paul.
Yes, sir. Oh, Carl Dotson has retired from the race.
Dotson gone. I mean, I think once he kind of saw his opportunity to win this thing kind of dwindle, he was just in traffic at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the night he would have wanted on that. 43 down and away.
Indeed. Now, David Gervais is going to be doing everything he can because right now he's got an opportunity to get himself a 10th place finish. But David's down on pit road. I don't think that'll be the case.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
The clock's all ticking away on the old 88. Speaking of the clock ticking away, just 27 laps to go. We're going to step away, get a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to be back with coverage all the way through the end of this thing, the Rock Auto 250 at Indy.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey, be the change you want to see. And that's right,
Yeah.
Paul Osteen, just like that, man. He balled it up. Take a look at it. When I look back at it, the replay, we had stepped away, and apparently so did Paul. There he goes, losing it.
Oh, no! Oh!
I
I just
actually
hope
saw the
Paul's
whole
okay.
thing happen live, and yeah, I saw his spirit leave his body,
Oh, no!
his virtual spirit.
Oh! Yeah, we like Big Hal said, we talked about how Signore told him to be the change that he wanted to see. Well, yep, Paulson changing the world,
Wow.
and he's gonna have to be changing cars here too.
Way to go, Paul.
I don't think Paul wants to be congratulated about that, but hey, take what you can get, I suppose. But boy, howdy, does this change things up now? First of all, this gives an opportunity to Signore to get himself back in the fight.
Absolutely.
You know.
Signore will absolutely be the recipient of the lucky dog, so he will get back on the lead lap.
Actually,
Everybody coming down pit road. He won't
he
be the
didn't
only
lose
one.
the lap. Signore stayed on the lead lap.
Okay.
And strategy,
That's
Crow,
good.
Zelinka staying out. I mean, it makes sense for Vincent because it wasn't that long since Vincent had stayed
Not
out.
Nine laps.
Yeah. And, you know, we saw 9-lap old tires still have a lot of speed for a lot of guys.
Not versus new tire getter. 4-tire getter versus your oldies. Come on, man.
True, but you know it's clear that 21 car is the best car right now, and
Yeah.
you know, just like what Larry Mack says, if you're gonna follow the leader, you're gonna follow the leader. So you gotta do something.
I'm just saying that, you know, from my perspective, I want every tool available to me in my arsenal, especially at this point in the juncture. You know, these guys have been out here racing for a long time tonight. You know, you 2.5 hours invested in this, or hour and a half invested in this. Yeah, you definitely. This is grab a
I
bigger
agree.
bar.
And what you're saying is exactly why I'm concerned for Zelinka, because you know Vincent pitted much later. Bacon pitted the same lap as Gitter, so his tires are much older. So I think Vincent might be okay-ish. Bacon, I'm concerned for.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. Once they line him up, buddy, now Patrick Gitter's going to be in the worst spot that he's been in, because now he's behind, 8-lap Benny. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? And he's been having some explosive starts. So I don't know, where does that bumper go? And does the 47 keep it straight?
Yeah, I'm
How does
picking
turn
up.
one look?
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I agree. It's and that's where if you're Gitter, you just have to make sure that you just have have some patience. Maybe try to give them a bit of a gap when you all fire off. You've got the brand new tires, you've got the fastest car. There's no reason to be super duper aggressive. It's going to be 22 laps to go, but 22 laps at Indianapolis is still a lot of time. So Gitter has enough time to be patient and be smart about it.
I hope you're right. I mean, and I'm not saying that Gitter's not going to be patient. I'm just saying we're getting ready to see the practical application of his patience. Because it's going to be on display right here once this green flag rolls. And I wouldn't want to be any other place right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, there's, recanting previous statement. Pace car's going to be getting up and out of the way. And we're going to put them tight and let them loose. Get her leaving just enough gap there. Now he comes up, closing that gap nicely. Green flag's out. Vincent Crowe shot her like an arrow, straight as an arrow. Bacon gets a lot of bit loose there. He had to pedal that thing in order to keep it straight. Definitely probably shaved some milliseconds off of Gitter's life there, because he could definitely see that 45 car was slightly out of control.
Yeah,
Bacon's still pushing the case.
Yeah, he tried to get down in front of the 21, and Gitter said, "Get her out of here."
Yeah, that was
there. We go. I finally made that pun work.
That was a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, and it almost didn't work out for him.
It almost did not work out for him.
You see, here comes Gitter. Oh, Vincent going defensive. He closes back up. Gitter's got to wait one more set of corners.
Benny running for his virtual life here.
Yes, sir. Arrow blocking like you've never seen before.
Yeah, he's going to probably throw everything that he's ever learned out the window at Patrick Gitter right now just to try to keep him at bay. When he's starting this thing all the way back, qualifying in 10th place. Now he's up front. He's leading the show. He is the show. And, we still got a lot of cars that are still in this thing. With 20 laps to go, I'm just saying, if somebody were to get squirrely, we could recover.
It's like Vincent slid up just a bit.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So that last lap that just happened, Vincent Crowe just set the fastest lap of the race.
Wow.
At a 51.852.
On 10 lap older tires.
No, I'm sorry. He just set his best lap.
Oh. That makes more sense.
Yeah. And the fastest lap of that last lap.
See, Signore's starting to get closer. He's knocking on the back door of the 45 for P3. Oh, I think Gitter slid her just a little bit off of one.
Sean's going to apply pressure, too much pressure, both the 7 and the 45. Pirouettes down the backstretch. The 45, the better of the two. Finally going to get it going back the right direction. But look, like I said, maybe if somebody were to maybe just, bring out a caution, We still got a lot of cars in this thing, man. A lot of people's luck just changed.
Yeah. See,
Man.
had a massive run going into the corner. And, oh. Yeah, that's major damage for the 7 car.
So I'm intently watching this, man, and there's a lot of guys with tires that are still left over. So it's going to be interesting to see the calls that are made here. Vincent Crowe, he's only pit 3 times. That means he has at least 1 set of tires left. Same thing with Gitter. There's a deficit of 8 laps in between these two, 14 and 6 respectively. So I don't know. What are you doing if you're Crowe?
If I'm Crow, I'm staying out. We saw him, you know, be able to hold Gitter off pretty well in that last little run. So
you're saying his key to even having a shot. Now see, this time Gitter's lining up beside him. You're not going to win in a drag race against Patrick Gitter. Not from what I've seen here tonight.
It's not going to be easy, but at this point, you know, you made your bed. Now you're going to lie in it. Track position at this point is worth way too much. Now, yes, it's going to be a bit more difficult with Gitter on the outside this time, but, you know, you've got no choice but to hold on to it if you're Vincent.
Yeah, apparently that was the cause. We only had 2 takers on pit road, and both of those 2 were the guys that were involved in the previous incident. So now Vincent Crowe's going to get an opportunity, man. He's going to line up, and this is going to be a drag race. If you love drag racing, you're getting ready to see one. They will be dragging off the line at the flag. It's a rolling start.
And I love me my drag racing, so let's go.
Yep, got a pair of Chevys up front, followed by a Ford and a Camry. How's that sound? Just listening to the guys behind the wall there, listening to the drivers, and you know they're having some pretty pointed conversations. You know,
yeah,
likes and dislikes. It's interesting. Yeah, I actually, I mean, you heard the same thing I heard, but one of the drivers said that the new tire model is too realistic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing about us wanting it to be realistic, you know, be a proper simulator.
It should be 1v1.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing we have to... It's a balance, because we want it to be realistic, but, you know, sometimes the real stuff isn't as fun. You know, the dirty air isn't fun, but it's realistic. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're suffering, but you're realistically suffering.
At least it's not a war simulator. You know, there are far worse things you could simulate besides driving a car, right?
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there. Man, I think we're going to be down. It's going to be a 15-lap shootout here. And we're still pretty close. Jose Medina is still hanging in there. along with the 19 of Jay Haney, Ryan D. Drumhiller, Kenny Powell. And is that Bacon Zelenka that just pulled up? Why, yeah, it is.
Yeah, he's back. Don't see the 7 car.
He's making the 7 cars making his way back around to join the pack. I used to be coming around 2 now. If he plays it right, he's going to have a pretty good head of steam. I think he's going to need every bit of it. I'd slow down. Yep, he's going to catch the field. All right, here we go. Now we get ready to make them close. 7 car coming up to the back of the field. Going to be lining up beside the 45 once again. These 2 battle buddies. See what I did there? Get her lined up just off the door of the 47, ensuring he doesn't jump. And there it is, the 47 got the best start of the night as he just gapped Patrick Gitter.
Yeah, that was
gapped.
Yeah, that was not a great restart from the 21, but he's going to have a head of steam into 2.
Oh, they're going to get close. Going to get a little bit closer. As the 47 washes up the track, he's still got to do everything he can to keep. Oh, the 21's going to come down to the inside.
Draft. Oh.
Get a runner up, trying to get a little bit more as he dives down now.
He's Vincent sending it around the outside. Oh, he got loose and Gitter will clear.
Yeah, best chance of a crossover, just left the building. Man, excellent work there, guys. They did give us, I mean, hey, you got your money's worth right there on that last little lick. 14 laps ago, right now it's back to being the Patrick Gitter show.
Yeah, I think if that last caution hadn't come out, Vincent would have had a great chance to hold him off, but yeah.
I mean, Gitter was ruling him in, so it was just a matter of time. And you would have seen that pass right there happen eventually, you know?
Eventually, but, you know, Vincent would have had an opportunity to hold him off. Gitter was struggling in the aero wash just a bit. I don't think Vincent would have held him off the entire time, but it would have given him
appreciate
a better.
What you're doing. And I understand what you're saying. We just can't invest in that right now.
Yeah, because like they were talking about, the aero wash is realistic, and if you've been watching Sundays, you know that's not the thing you want to hear.
Yeah, because those guys are complaining also.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's the car itself.
Yep.
Give us a new car.
Yep.
You know, not every idea is going to be a great idea. Not every car is going to be an awesome car. There's going to be some turds that slip through the punch bowl every once in a while.
Yeah, I will say I do appreciate them for trying to step outside the box and try a bunch of different things. But, you know, unfortunately it just seems like a lot of those ideas just haven't quite worked how all of us would have hoped they would.
Well, I think you and I just had the discussion that needed to be had, so it'll get to NASCAR. Don't make the moves.
Yeah. Jim France is in the comments section right now.
I mean, these are all actionable items, so I don't just like to talk for nothing. Speaking of talking for nothing, Patrick Gitter, he didn't just show up today. He showed out, man. 21 car. Wasn't expecting to see him in the lineup, but once he got there, it's just like your favorite barber. You know, the lineup just got that much tighter. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, he's really starting to stretch that advantage.
Speaking of stretching the advantage to 45 down, throwing his hat up, he's getting ready to tangle with Jose Medina. This battle for 4th place. Medina goes high around the outside. Jose just not having the best track here. Both like Bacon's back on the move. 11, 10 laps to go at the line. He's got one more spot easy he could make up. 10 laps to go. These guys are battling for the podium. Bacon, Zelenka, and Jay Haney. Sorry. Along with Jose Medina is Jose. He's put his hat back in the ring.
Yeah, Bacon slipped just a little bit. That's going to cost him that precious momentum, and Medina going to try to take that spot back.
Jay is starting to try to turn his bad day into a better day. Still solid. Anytime you're in the top 5, nobody's complaining.
Absolutely.
But these guys just seem to want a little more. And right behind those guys, that's 24 Kenny Powell. Powell definitely needs a top 10 finish here tonight.
Medina a little bit up, and that's going to allow Zelenka to clear and focus back on Haney for P3.
Yeah, wow. Solid run right there between those two. Professional pass. I mean, it was everything you wanted to see, all wrapped up in a couple turns, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was tough but fair side-by-side racing.
Really getting it done. Now, these guys probably feel a little tired here.
Yeah, 250 miles is a long race.
Yeah. Putting it together.
So if you've been running this series as long as these guys have, you're used to these longer races, but you know, sometimes no matter how often you run these long races, that sometimes you can never quite get used to it. Sometimes you're always going to be like, how many laps to go?
Oh, yeah. It can become daunting. Still watching everything, and it's all shaking out the way that it should. Patrick Gitter on what seems to be the straightaway to victory. He is probably wanting this thing to just, take down just like it is. No need to do anything different, right?
Nope. Just keep on doing what he's doing.
Drummer, though, he is right there. He's definitely letting Powell know of his presence. Here comes Bacon Zelenka as he is trying to make his move on Jay Haney. He has been clawing his way up here. So this has been a pass that has definitely been in the making for quite some time now.
Yeah, Bacon with those fresher tires from the caution, he's putting them to good use.
Well, I'm glad that he's still able to race there, because him and the 7, man, they mixed it up pretty good there.
Yeah, but he was able to avoid a lot of the contact. Like, yeah, they got together and they spun, but he kept it off the wall, where Unfortunately, Sean wasn't quite as lucky.
Yeah, definitely it's showing for the 7, and Sean's way off the pace.
Oh, Bacon got the wall. Got the wall off of 1.
That's been his story here, man. He has slowly been dragging his own momentum away. Five laps to go.
Bacon has it run again on the 19. Not close enough to do anything with it. Haney was able to stretch the gap a little bit that time.
That is definitely not what Bacon Zelenka needed to see.
Nope.
You know, but he's been trying. This has been a pretty solid battle, and you got to give it out to Jose because he's been right there in the frame as well. You know, these guys definitely mixing it up, making it it's like they're battling for the podium or something.
Yeah, if they slip up just once, Medina's gonna be there.
Bacon still.
Oh, Haney missed the corner. Oh, he slid up, and Zelenka will pull off the pass.
Just right there, the right place.
Yeah, Bacon was the closest he had been in a while that time down the back straightaway, and you wonder if Haney was just looking in his mirror a little too much and just kind of missed the brake marker a little bit.
Yeah, he felt that pressure. I mean, and that was not a pass that, like, we've been waiting on that pass to happen for quite a while, so. Way to go, Bacon. 2 laps to go. Moved up into the position that he needs to be in. Man, it's been an exciting event here tonight. Good to be back in Indy. Appreciate everybody for coming out, spending this race with us as we get ready for the play-by-play. White flag is out. Patrick Getter going around, entering turn 2. Clear Blue 22 all around. 47 also getting some breathing room now, finally.
They're side by side for 4th.
Jose Medina now. He is moving up on Jay Haney. Haney actually having the nose, but Medina has the advantage. Coming in through the turn. It's all going to be about who hits the line the best. Looks like Jose has got it hooked up. Haney's too far back for a crossover. If Jose gets the drive off, he might just have 4th place. And that's a way to change an okay night into a great evening, huh?
Yeah. Fantastic run at the end for Medina. Able to pull the move off and get himself P4.
And Jay Haney, man, he watched his podium just kind of slip right out of his fingers. Almost 2 laps ago, he was in 3rd, finishes this thing in 5th. So that just goes to show you. Tell you
Yeah,
what, man.
he gave it his all.
Waiting on Gitter. Gonna see what his burnout move's gonna be here. Run down the field for you real quick. Patrick Gitter, your winner. Vincent Crowe coming in second. Bacon Zelenka third. Jose Medina fourth. Jay Haney fifth. Sixth place Kenny Powell. Randy Drumhiller in seventh. Sean Signori in eighth. Ninth place shows Paul Olsen. Rounding out the top 10, Carl Dodson. David Gervais, Mark Sanchez, Derek Jacobs, and I'm going to round out the rest of this 13-car field. Still going to catch a little bit of his burnout here. I love what he did with the place. Perfect circles up front. And just burning it down the backstretch. And that's your winner here, Mr. Patrick Gitter. Look at that burnout. Man, I've got to say, that's 100. You know?
SVG, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Don't do the burnout over the bricks.
All right. With that, they're going to take a step away, get our final words from our sponsors, and we'll be back with our post-race show.
I used to have to go in to the auto parts store. Pay too much, never find quite what I'm looking for. Now I just go online, rock auto and see all the parts my car will ever need. Lower prices, more parts, more brands. It's so easy to find the right parts fast. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock auto, all the parts your... I used to have to go in to the auto parts.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back with our post-race show. I'm your host, Big Al. Joined in the booth by none other than the man himself, Bacon Zelenka. Bacon, what a run you had. I mean, I would call your night here anything other, than eventful.
Yeah, it was fun. We went back and forth, did a 360 in the middle of the race, still finished third, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, so what do you think tonight overall as you got down there and you were turning laps? I mean, is this racetrack, is it because we hadn't been here in a while, so as you got back out there with the new tire model, what were some of the challenges you faced here tonight?
I don't know about the old tire models. Tonight was the first time I ever drove a stock car around here. I've only raced IndyCar here twice, and this is it. But for me, all I'm realizing is I still don't know how to drive stock cars, so I gotta figure that out. I'll probably have to talk to Patrick about that. It's just the nuance of the tires is what's getting me coming from road. A small difference here makes a much bigger difference than wood and road. You slide in a corner on road and you have to wait for 2 laps and your car's fine. So you slide here, and 20 laps later you're still having the effects of it, and I haven't gotten a grasp of that.
Okay, definitely. How many laps did you put in preparation for this event?
6.
6 laps. That is awesome. I'm assuming 2 of those were for qualifying?
Well, I attempted a qualifying lap on my 6th lap, but crashed out of the pits.
All right. I tell you what, that's awesome. Next week, where are we headed next week?
The Glen, I think.
Oh, Watkins Glen. All right. Iowa.
Oh, it's Iowa.
Iowa Speedway. A little different setup. Iowa short track. What are your thoughts?
I don't know how to run a short track, so we're gonna figure it out.
All right, we'll be excited. Any predictions?
I will crash at least once during the race, because it's in every race.
Okay. All right, then we'll hold you to that. Well, look here. Thanks again, man. Solid performance for you guys. Way to run through the order. Who you shouting out here tonight for your 3rd place finish overall?
I still gotta thank my parents for letting me do this. It's crazy though. We spend 2 hours on a computer every night to run these races on Thursday, and I gotta thank Vincent for running me coming to the series. Gotta thank Kenny. Gotta thank you guys in the broadcast. You guys make it fun for us.
Man, all right, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your 3rd place finisher, Mr. Bacon Zelenka. Coming up now, we'll have 2nd place Vincent Crow, and he is going to be joined in the booth by Mr. James Watson. James.
All right, Vincent, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that was definitely an eventful night for you. We saw you in the middle of a few things, but still had a chance to win there at the end. First of all, you didn't qualify the best, and you weren't really talking super highly of yourself beforehand, but you got up towards the front pretty quickly. Were you surprised at how much ground you were able to make up in the opening laps of the race?
Well, I just didn't qualify. I didn't put a lap down. I just kind of felt like I didn't have anything for qualifying, so I didn't want anyone to know that I didn't have anything for qualifying. Just playing the stealth mission there.
Alrighty, yeah, you were really stealthy, even surprised even me. We saw you take the lead there towards the middle and had a little bit of an incident off turn 1. Takes us through that.
Yeah, I pit and that caution on stage 1, and I figured if I pit now, I won't pit at the end of the stage, and stage 2 is pretty short, so I might be able to sneak a stage win. It was my only chance of winning a stage, I think. Was to put Gitter in the dirty air, and it worked for a little bit. I just tried something different into 1. I was trying to shift in 1, and it was working, and then I went into 1, and I went to downshift, and it just didn't shift. I think I just mistimed, like, blipping the gas or something, and because I didn't have the engine braking, I just carried so much speed, and I'm putting a lot of wheel into it to not hit the wall, and just counter steered back the other way, and it caught and turned, and thank God I was really nervous. The wreck took forever, so I was really nervous through the wreck that I was going to take Gitter with me, and then right as I thought the car was just going to kind of turn left and like I was going to be fine, it just snapped to the right without like almost any input, and I was like, no! So nervous that I was going to take Gitter out, but I'm glad he was able to avoid that. That was A+ wreck avoidance from him. That was probably the move of the race. I mean, if he doesn't avoid me there, he probably doesn't win this race. So A+ move for him there, and that was fun. Dirty Air I think was the biggest player in this race.
Yeah, and speaking of Dirty Air, we saw you have the lead late, and you were doing a great job holding him off until we got that final caution. If you didn't get that last caution, do you think you would have been able to hold him off all the way to the checkered?
I don't think so. I had 10 lap older green flag laps on my tires. I think long run I was maybe a touch faster than him, but he was so much faster than me short run that it just, it was not going to work out back in my favor at any point. So I think my only hope was that the dirty air was going to cause a mistake, and he's a guy who doesn't have a lot of mistakes. So he played it perfectly. I don't think I could have held him off, but there's no way of knowing. I think that restart, he just caught me off guard, got to my bumper, got me loose, and then he just had the better position and take the lead, and he did what he was supposed to. And my older tires just had nothing for him once I was in his dirty air.
Alrighty, well, still a fantastic drive from you tonight, Vincent. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Today, July 24th, is my wife Anna's birthday. That's my shout-out. I'm racing despite the fact it's her birthday. Which is fun, because I don't know if you remember, but I also raced the night of our anniversary, which was April 24th.
The most important shout out, the thank you for letting me do this and not making me sleep on the couch shout out.
Oh, I might still sleep on the couch, but that's neither here nor there.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Vincent, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yep, thank you guys.
That was Vincent Crowe being interviewed by none other than James Watson. And now, the one we've been waiting on, Patrick Gitter. Patrick Gitter, Big Al up in the booth. You got me.
Hey, Big Al, I got you.
Long time no talk.
That's right, yeah, it's good to be back. It was a fun race. Good clean racing, a lot of green flag laps, so it's fun, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, definitely was surprised to see your name there in the lineup, but no doubt you come back and just picked up right where you left off. What are you thinking about this new tire model, man? I just want to know how, because we haven't been here in a couple years, so how did it affect the car this time versus last time?
Honestly, we came into this race not super happy, Matt and I, with the car that we had this week, and early we were kind of loose, late run, almost too loose, and I just feel like the car here, it will lose. With this tire model, like here at Indy, you'll lose, 5/10, 6/10 of pace by 6-7 laps into the run, and then after that you're fairly consistent with pace the rest of the run. But the deal is just like you slide the tires just a little too much, and they'll start to overheat, and your lap times will start to get kind of inconsistent. Might run a lap that's 0.2 faster, and then your tires heat up, slow it down, so then you go 0.3 slower the next lap. And I feel like you just have to be very considerate of how much you're sliding the rear tires, or else you'll just light them up more so than you used to.
So how does one do that? Is that something that you control with your entries and your exits, or your throttle control?
I'd say a little bit of both. Sometimes backing up entry, managing throttle better, really being patient on timing runs. Indy, man, it's so difficult here to pass. You really have to be patient about runs and timing, because you really don't have many laps or corners if you're lighting the right rear up trying to get a run before you're going to start to pay for it, and you're going to have to cool your tires back down. So it's just a kind of especially here at Indy, it's strategy, it's patience, kind of combining those things.
All right, indeed, man. Good to have you back once again. Same old story. You came out, you dominated. Any shout outs that you would like to give here for your overall win at the Rock Auto 250?
Yeah, man, you guys in the booth. Appreciate you guys calling the race. Shout out to Kenny for running the league. It's been a while, but for me, running, but it's good to be back. Matt did a fantastic job on the box. He was crew chiefing for me. I mentioned it earlier. Car was a little looser than I wanted it to be early run. He made some adjustments, and I think we finally figured out what we need for some races we got later this week too. I'm happy about that. So shout out to him. Carl was running a good race, was up front for a while, and had an early exit unfortunately. But shout out to those guys at Fortis. It was a challenging week for Matt and I, but just took a little longer than normal to get the car where we want it. But I think after tonight we got it in a pretty good spot. So appreciate those guys, and appreciate the guys in the league for running a pretty clean race. Enjoyed it.
All right, man. Appreciate you for stopping by once again, ladies and gentlemen. That is Patrick Gitter. Remember what I said, if you don't party too hard. All right. Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All right. James, back to you. What you got, buddy? What's your outcry?
Yeah, that was a pretty good race, all things considered. We saw a lot of drama surrounding the lead there towards the end. A lot of willy-won't-ly with Vincent Crowe trying to hold off Gitter on the strategy call. But, it was a great race to watch, great race to call, and happy to be up here in the booth filling in. Hopefully I'll be back again someday.
Hey, thank you, James, for filling in, man. Always great to call with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Big Al. I want to give a special shout out to Kenny Powell for running the league. I want to give a happy birthday to Anna. God bless you. Hope you have many more. Hope your day was special. Give a shout out to my man, Kobe, back there, pushing the buttons, making it happen. And thank you for tuning in. Until next week, Big Al, out.
I found the ISCA after I'd been in the service for a long time. I'd been in iRacing for well over a decade and spent most of my time in NASCAR series, a lot of fixed racing for the most part, and really just got to a point in my iRacing career where I really wanted to get involved in open setup racing versus fixed, partially because I was just looking for a little higher level of competition, maybe a little cleaner driving, and maybe get away from some of the challenges that go along with fixed racing on the service. And it took me a while as I was really searching out leagues, because I kind of had a very specific thing I was looking for. A, I wanted to be an established league. B, I just really wanted clean, quality drivers to be racing around. And once I found the ISCA, I found out really quick that it was going to check all those boxes, and I've been with the ISCA ever since.